Hey there, Marvel Maniacs. Today, we're diving into the wild and twisted world of Carnage. But hold on to your web shooters, because we're talking about the Ultimate Universe version. Earth 1610, baby. This isn't your regular Carnage. Oh no, it's practically a whole new symbiote in the picture. Here's why. This is basically a universe where everything is a bit edgier, a bit more extreme, and our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is slinging webs in a whole different vibe. Now, Carnage in the Ultimate Universe? Well, let's just say it's not your typical alien suit gone rogue. This version's got a fresh story, a different dance, with chaos and some seriously mind-bending twists that'll make you spider senses tingle. So buckle up, true believers, because we're about to unravel the web of Carnage in Earth 1610. It's a roller coaster ride through symbiote madness you won't want to miss. Stay tuned for more Marvel Mania, and let's swing into the Ultimate Carnage saga. Before we get into our explanation, we have a small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Birth of Ultimate Carnage, from Little Ben to Malevolent Menace. All right, check out how this bad boy started out, Spidey fans. This version of Carnage was actually born in 2004's Ultimate Spider-Man plotline, and we're going to tell you just how this strange accident happened. So Dr. Kurt Connors, the lizard guy, finds out Peter Parker is our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and instead of going all mad scientist on him, he offers a helping hand. A pretty nice guy move, right? After a brawl, Peter's battered and bruised, so he heads to Connor's lab for a patch-up. Now here's where it gets wild. Connors, being the curious genius he is, decides to play around with Spidey's DNA. But get this, he mixes it with a leftover chunk of the Venom symbiote and a dash of Connor's lizard-infused blood. A month later, boom, a red and black symbiote is born, and they call it Carnage. It's like Venom's crazy cousin, or maybe something even worse. The symbiote goes all weird, turns into this fetus-like thing called Little Ben, and escapes to feast on unsuspecting folks. It munches on Gwen Stacy, Rip Gwen, and then has a face-off with Peter. It turns out Carnage is on a DNA diet and needs a bit of Spidey to be its best self. They throw it into an industrial chimney, thinking they've barbecued the thing to a crisp. But nope, Connor's assistant sneaks in and swipes a spare sample, and that's how we end up with the craziness that's in Carnage in the Ultimate Universe. Classic Carnage shenanigans, isn't that right? Fate of Carnage in multiple universe. Now Marvel mavens, buckle up for this crazy ride. So the CIA of all people talks Ben Reilly, who's Dr. Connor's assistant, and good old Doc Ock into whipping up some super soldier clones. And guess who's the star of the show? Our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, of course. They're cooking up his clones like it's a sci-fi buffet. Now here's where it gets bonkers. There's this experiment called the Stacy Project, where Ben and Ock decide to mix things up. They take a sample of the Carnage symbiote and toss it in some genetic material from none other than Gwen Stacy. Yeah, the girl who has the tragic run-in with the fetus Carnage symbiote. What happens next? They end up creating a clone that's like Gwen 2.0, but with all the memories of the original Gwen right up to her unfortunate death. Imagine a duplicate with memories and all. These villains sure know how to cook up a plot twist. So get ready for some clone chaos in the Spider-Verse, folks. So Gwen's clone, terrified of the Carnage symbiote she's stuck with, pulls a Houdini and breaks out of custody with the other clones. We would have all done that in our situation, wouldn't we? S.H.I.E.L.D. snags her. Tony Stark goes all Sherlock on her, thinking the original Carnage is still kicking and that it has created this Gwen clone as a symbiote snack. During a jailbreak, Gwen goes all Shawshank and uses Carnage's power to escape to the mainland, all while probably freaking out about her newfound monstrous abilities. She's practically knocking on Peter's door, scared out of her symbiotic mind. Now enter Eddie Brock, Mr. Venom himself, causing a stir. Spidey, being the web slinger extraordinary, decides to teach Eddie a lesson. Gwen tags along and transforms into Carnage on Spidey's request, and chaos ensues. Eddie, being Eddie, wants a piece of the action. Carnage versus Venom in the ultimate deathly match. In the final showdown, Carnage attacks Eddie, who ends up absorbing some of that red goo, turning back into Venom. After a skirmish, Venom swallows Carnage whole, literally. Gwen's clone gets spat out. S.H.I.E.L.D. gives her a once-over, and she's declared, thankfully, symbiote-free. Just another day in the wild world of Carnage, folks. Breakdown of Ultimate Carnage terrifying power. Well, folks, let's break down Carnage's power-packed resume. Picture this dude, a DNA cocktail of Peter Parker, Kurt Connors, and a dash of Venom. No wonder it's a walking powerhouse. First off, it's got that Spidey strength. But what is the actual number? Nobody really knows. It's just to pick up a car and hurl it kind of strong. And here's the kicker. Carnage is on a perpetual human buffet. The poor thing's got messed up DNA, so it has to snack on people to keep the lights on. Oh, and get this. That's because there's a flaw in its DNA, like a software glitch. But rumor has it that it slurps up some of Peter Parker's genetic code. It might fix that issue. Imagine the chaos if Carnage ever gets a Spider-Man upgrade. Now, let's move on to cool stuff. Carnage can whip up these gnarly tentacles from its gooey body like it's the ultimate multitasker, swinging from skyscrapers, slinging goo webs, and even turning those tentacles into deadly spears. Do you need a giant projection coming out of the ground? Carnage got you covered. That's alien science for you folks. Mad, messy, and downright awesome. Okay, now buckle up for the carnival of chaos that's in Carnage appearance. This gooey guy's like a walking mood ring, showing off different looks based on feelings. Talk about a shape-shifting drama queen. One day, it's a messed up human. The next, it's channeling its inner lizard or doing a Venom cosplay. Seriously, Carnage's fashion sense is all over the place, and it's not apologizing for its constant indecision. Now, here's where it gets nuts. The Carnage sample in Project Stacy pulls off a freaky magic trick. It whips up a complete Gwen Stacy replica, memories, and all. It's like a symbiote Picasso painting, capturing every detail. What's wilder? This Gwen doppelganger doesn't have the munchies like the regular Carnage. There's no need for a snack break, and it's all good. So, imagine a symbiote that's not just a goo monster, but a whole identity crisis in motion. That Carnage for you, keeping everyone's confused web superhero guessing one weird transformation at a time. Marvelous verdict. And there you have it, folks. The wild roller coaster ride through Carnage's twisted antics in the Ultimate Universe, Earth 1610. Carnage, in this alternate Marvel reality, is off the charts. From a mashup of Spidey and Venom DNA to creating freaky clones and shape-shifting like a symbiotic magician. To be fair, who would have thought a gooey symbiote could have an identity crisis and throw on different faces like it's trying on hats? And the Gwen Stacy version without the snack cravings. Mind-blowing. So whether it's swinging from skyscrapers with tentacles or morphing in true lizard venom hybrid fashion, Carnage in the Ultimate Universe is a whole new level of symbiotic mayhem. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the chaotic world of Earth 1610, let us know and stay tuned for the next mind-bending adventure in the Marvel comic book Cosmos. Until then, peace out.